So, folks, when you do this for a living and you're a couple of schmucks like Russell and I, you can sometimes, if the subject matter is very highbrow and sophisticated and requires a lot of, knowledge and insight and research, you can get a certain imposter syndrome. But luckily, there are segments like this, which we feel like we were born to do. We were born to
Yeah.
do. There is no imposter syndrome here. And I am talking, of course, about RFK's vile poetry to lover, published by her scorned ex. So these are more details from the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Olivia Nuzzi affair, which destroyed Olivia Nuzzi's engagement to journalist Ryan Lizza. And so to get back at her a bit, and to get back at RFK a bit, he is publishing some excerpts from RFK's poems that he wrote to Nuzzi during their sort of virtual fling. The scorned ex-fiance of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s former lover has spilled the tea on the Health and Human Service
That's not all.
Secretary's penchant, for self-penned erotic poetry. That's not all. Your open mouth awaiting my harvest. The scion of the Kennedy clan is alleged to have written to former New York Magazine star reporter Olivia Nuzzi, according to a new Substack article on the salacious saga published Saturday by Nuzzi's ex Ryan Lizza, himself a journalist formerly at Politico. Your open mouth. Your open mouth awaiting my harvest. That's how it starts. He goes on, drink from me, love. Kennedy is understood to have gone on in his poem to Nuzzi. I mean to squeeze your cheeks to force open your mouth. I'll hold your nose as you look up at me to encourage you to swallow. Don't spill a drop. I am a river.
Oh, no.
You are my canyon. I mean to flow through you. I mean to subdue you and tame you, my love. I am a river, you are my canyon. I'll hold your nose as you look up at me to encourage you to swallow. I'll hold your nose as you look up at
Oh,
me.
God.
You'll hold her nose. Listen. Lizza. Hold your nose. The fuck kind of shit is that?
I am not a church boy.
I'm not a church boy.
Well, you know what I feel like this guy probably knows a lot
That's
about?
an unusual
Vaccines.
I'll hold your nose as you look up at me.
The only known cure for Tylenol poisoning.
Yeah. Lizza has titled Kennedy's ode to his ex-fiance American Canyon. I like that's a good name.
Oh, this is a poem. This isn't just a dirty text.
No, it's a poem.
Oh, my
It's a
God.
poem. No, he meant it as a performance. Yeah. While the former Politico reporter does not divulge how he obtained the poem, he says that it and many others too explicit to print. That was the clean one. That was
Wow.
the tamest one.
Wow. That
gonna
was the
hold-
7 o'clock show.
I'm gonna hold your nose to encourage you to swallow. That's the PG-13 poem. Changed everything in his relationship with Nuzzi. It gets worse, folks. It gets worse to the point where I will put in, a little word of caution if you are squeamish about certain scatological and sexual humor. You may want to, go to the bathroom and come back in 5-10 minutes.
There's the G.G. Allen tribute show. Right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Thanks to Bobby, I am now aware of something called felching. Lizza added Saturday. The Daily Beast has researched the term and urges readers not to do the same. Well, of course, we're going to research the term. I mean, professionals that we
Yeah.
are,
Yes.
we will research the term. So, what
It's
is
a tough job.
what
Somebody's
is
gotta do it.
felching? What is felching? A term introduced to Ryan Lizza by R.F. Kennedy, who was seducing his fiance with poetry like this. So, felching is a slang term for a sexual act that involves sucking or consuming semen from a partner's orifice, shall we say, after unprotected sex. The
Ugh.
practice typically occurs after unprotected penetrative sex where ejaculation has occurred internally. The semen is then removed from the partner's orifice. According to the Urban Dictionary, you could either do this manually without any tools, or you could use a straw.
You could use like a straw.
Get a straw. Yeah.
Gonna be sick.
RFK Jr. doesn't just carry condoms in his wallet; he carries little bendy straws, little sippy straws. You never know when that opportunity to filch is gonna come along.
I was able to get a hold of a few cases of plastic straws before they went to paper.
Yeah, right. Yeah, before they hit. That's why we're lobbying so hard to bring back plastic. Felching is considered a high-risk sexual practice for transmitting various infections because it involves contact with bodily fluids and potential fecal matter. Risks include HIV, other STDs, and look at that, hepatitis B and C. Hepatitis B. So before they give the baby the shot, they should ask if it... So let me ask, is the mother, is she a felcher? Is she a what? Felcher. Does she felch? What are you talking about? That's where you know.
Give me some time alone with the mother. We'll ascertain the situation.
Here, get this guy a ginger ale. Give him 2 straws.
I can go take a walk around the block.
Exactly. So that's felching. He's introduced him to felching. The whole sordid saga is back in the spotlight after Lizza alleged in part 1 of his tell-all account that Nuzzi had not only cheated on him with Kennedy, but also with former South Carolina Republican Congressman Mark Sanford. Nuzzi,
Not a felcher.
not a felcher. Nuzzi, felching is illegal in South Carolina.
Wait,
Nuzzi.
That's one of the things that I'm trying to change as director at Health and Human Services.
It's a civil rights issue. It's a HIPAA issue, really. Nuzzi, who has now taken on a new post as West Coast editor at Vanity Fair, has meanwhile released extracts from her upcoming memoir, American Canto, in which she describes grappling with her desire for Kennedy amid concerns that a parasitic worm may have eaten parts of his brain.
It's like the fucking World Weekly News, but real.
It's fucking crazy. Her affair with Kennedy is understood to have begun while she was covering his ill-fated 2023 presidential campaign. Well, it wasn't so ill-fated. I mean, look where he is now.
Yeah,
She later acknowledged an emotional relationship with him, but said it was non-physical and that it did not affect her reporting. It was just felching poems back and forth. That's all it was. He never did anything beyond that.
I walked in on my uncle sucking his cum out of Marilyn's ass, and I was never able to get it out of my mind.
Yeah. After the news first broke, New York Magazine placed Nuzzi on leave before she and the outlet parted ways in October 2024. Lizza had by that point already broken off their engagement. In October 2024, Nuzzi sought a protection order against Lizza, alleging harassment and threats, though she later asked the court to drop the request. See, this is what I've been saying, and we're going to cover Mamdani and Trump next. But, I was telling Russell, I have a feeling this is a lot of why, Trump got along so well with Mamdani, is he must just have found it very refreshing to be around a normal person for a change.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't tell that because, his cabinet is just one lunatic after another.
It's the fucking, it's the White House of misfit toys.
Of course, should have come up. It's about time I talked to someone normal like Zoran. I had Bobby in here the other day, wouldn't shut up about felching. All he wants to talk about is felching this, felching that. You know what felching is, Zoran? No, I've never heard of that. It's felching is when you come in a woman and then you suck it out of her with a straw.
That's I'm a little
Oh.
bit of a germphobe.
Is that right, Mr. Brown? No, I don't do that. Yeah, no, you don't do that. See, you probably don't do
You're
that because
Muslim.
that's not part. Yeah,
That's
that's
what
not
do you
in the
call it?
religion.
Halal?
Yeah,
That's
that's
not halal.
not. Yeah, no, the Islam. That's one thing I love about Islam is that there's no felching. There's no felching. That's the one thing I give it to the Muslims. They don't felch. I don't
Somebody
have to
told
worry
me they
about
don't
that with you,
flouch. I said,
Zoran.
oh, that's very nice. That's very
Yeah.
nice.
One thing after another. No, Bobby goes on and on about felching, about Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe. He learned it from her or something. I don't know what happened, but he won't stop. He won't stop.
I can't even sleep in that bed up in the Lincoln bedroom anymore after he told me that story. That's where he was sucking it out over there from Maryland. He used to make Jackie watch. Can you imagine that?
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? This is what I have to deal with every day. I had Cash Patel come in yesterday, says he wants to arrest Bette Midler. I said, what for? He says, it's personal. I said, it's personal? What do you mean it's personal? He says, she ruined my life. I said, what are you, crazy? Bette Midler ruined your life? What are you talking about? He says, I really can't say how. I say, well, if you can't say how, we can't arrest the Cash. I'm sorry. He starts crying. He leaves the room. It's just this one thing after another with these people all day, every day. Finally, I get a normal person like Zoran to talk to. He can answer a question. I don't have to hold my breath. I don't have Elon climbing out of a K-hole wondering what he's going to say. I think that's a part of it. Like, he's just like, when you're constantly surrounded. Because look, like Donald Trump, yeah, he's born with a silver spoon in his mouth, but we all know the story of his upbringing. He grew up on construction sites. He knows the blue-collar language. And that's a big part of his success. So, he kind of, I think, has it. And everybody who knows him, for the most part at least, even people who don't like him, like Keith Olbermann always said, interpersonally, he's very nice. He's very normal. He listens. He's a good listener. He's a good schmoozer.
That's what Bill
in that
Maher
way.
said.
That's what Bill Maher said, yeah. And so, he knows a normal person from a freak. He could tell the difference. He's got those kind of street smarts. And Zoran comes in, kind of a breath of fresh air, because this is what he's used to. The guy who felches, the man who felches, American Canyon, the poet.
I got gay Scott Bessent beating the shit out of Elon in the hallway.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to get work done. This guy comes in. He's a very nice, clean-cut young man. He's not punching anybody.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, I can't wait for the book. That'll be great. Apparently, there's more where this came from. This was just, so this isn't from Nuzzi. This is from Nuzzi's ex-fiance, who I guess called the engagement off once.
Well, I could see why.
Yeah, about the felching. Yeah. But then, obviously, when the book comes out, I think there will be more. So we're looking forward to that. That makes our job easy.
Please clap.